Everybody, welcome. This is a hard rant stream here with you live. This is Mr. Hardcore Mode where nothing is easy. Warriors and wenches, how are you all doing? I hope you're having a wonderful day this weekend. It's been a busy week for me. But yeah, it's good to see you all. I almost forgot to pop you up over there. Good to see each and every one of you. We have a hard rant stream with at least 4 stories to give you, and then we're gonna play some Claire Expedition 33 right after, because I'm gonna be honest, I want to play more Expedition 33 more than I want to play I'm sorry, as much as I love Oblivion, I would rather play Expedition 33. That's just how it is. But it's good to see you all. Hey Steven, how you doing? Venom, what's up? Okay, we got a lot to show you today. Yes, there's a pretty girl on the stream. We listen. You'll be all right. You'll live. Do I got more on my drink? Yes, I do. It's been a busy day. I had a strong morning to like finish up work, but then there was a hailstorm that just kicked my ass at the end. That sucked. I could barely even see the road, but I got home safely. So other than that, it's been a pretty much normal day. But I've been busting my ass. My knuckles are like white and shit from all the work I've been doing. But it's good to see y'all. Matter of fact, speaking of white knuckles, I'll go ahead and put this on right now. I got low bitrate on Twitch, so I apologize if anybody on Twitch is gonna get some weird thing going on. I apologize for that. My bad. But seems like YouTube is doing all right. YouTube is good. But yes, we got some stuff. I think we're going to touch up on censorship on Oblivion. We're going to touch up on basically Expedition 33 with the famous lady that we've been watching videos on who has been working on Gears of War. She's no longer doing that now. She's just doing YouTube videos right now. I don't know what else she's doing, but she's well known. We also want to talk about the raising of the prices for the $80 video games. That's going to be a funny one. And then we're going to talk about skip bosses. That one. My name's Mr. Hardcore Mode. So when somebody says something about skipping bosses, yeah, you're talking. You're stabbing me, okay? All right, you're disrespecting not only the gamers, but you're also disrespecting me. You're really disrespecting me. But we're gonna get right into it. Sorry, putting some stuff on. Oh, do I have another water? I wanted to get another water because I'm trying to. I'm sticking to like 1 Red Bull a week, and then the rest is juice or water. So I'm not going cold turkey because it's kind of hard to do that. But I am slowly getting to the, that sort of thing. But I'll get to that soon. But let me go get a drink real quick. Everybody stay hydrated. Take your stupid Crocs off. I don't want to see them. The fucking disgusting Crocs. Stupid shoes. Worst fucking shoes of all time. Water. H2O, that's where it's at. What's this pushy shit with skipping bosses? Oh, it's coming, but it's gonna be the last story. I'm gonna play it here in a second. I was thirsty. Cheers to all of you. Some of that high quality H2O. I can't wait for can't wait for hardcore mode with the DLC for KCD 2. But yeah, that'll come here soon. Hold on, let's pause this for a second, and then let's go ahead. All right. All right. So, this is, her name is Angel Ikatosh. I think that's Russian. I think it is. I think she's a streamer that speaks English and also Russian. I mean, she's beautiful. I mean, she's pretty. She's pretty. But she is talking about the censorship in Oblivion remaster. And this has been something that I've been thinking about for a while now. Because I would play a little bit of the original Oblivion, and then I would play the Oblivion remaster, and I would see something, and I'm just like, wait a minute. Something's changed. But she's going to let us know, because she's played more of the game than I have. Yeah, she'll let me know what's up. So let's go ahead and hear about her. She's cute as fuck. Yo, does she... I didn't realize that she has the Amulet of Kings. Joffrey, is it true you have the Amulet of Kings?
Oblivion Remaster has been the talk of the town, and it's no wonder. Its sudden announcement and subsequent release is an event that breathed new life into the existing fanbase, and it also opened the door, or an Oblivion gate, for a lot of new players that haven't experienced the game before. Though most of the responses and discourse around the game has been overwhelmingly positive, and I think deservedly so, there have been a few things that have sparked controversy right off the bat and resulted in some heated debates.
Yeah, that was stupid. Don't ever do that again.
It hasn't actually hurt the game in any way. People that had some issues just modded them out and moved on. Though
That's what I did.
I myself am very positive about this release, and I've really been enjoying playing the game. There are a few things that I've noticed that...
She's married. Should we stop the video right now? I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking. I'm just fucking.
that don't really make sense to me, or I guess I just don't really understand why they would go out of their way to change them. It seems that in the remaster, female characters and depictions of women in general have been noticeably toned down or even censored. While they may seem like small things if you come across them,
That's
and
not
I
small.
don't actually think they ruined the game, if you look at the bigger picture and how many things were affected by these particular changes, you'll start to notice a bit of a pattern that is perhaps setting a precedent and a new standard for future Elder Scrolls games. And
I think she's right, but also, can I talk about the overall shading of the game, because I put a reshader on to fix all this. The sun on the without the game, without mods, the sun definitely has a sort of heat beam blast on, like if it's a clear day. I definitely during around like 6 p.m. or 5 p.m. the area has this reddish sort of heat beam until it's night out, but it seems to have it almost through the whole day. Do you know what I mean? This is why a lot of people were like, there's a lot of brown going on. That's actually fucking true. The area does have greenery, but they're doing something with the sun where they gave the sun this sort of here's the thing. This is what they did. Everything in the area in Oblivion is green, but they gave the sun this sort of Mad Max sand everywhere beam all over the world. That's what it is. They're not doing regular light. You know what I mean? When you have the sun up, not obviously the sun is yellow, you know, it's a whitish yellow, you know, obviously it's bright. It's bright. But it's matching that sort of light with the rest of the world. And I wish the developers would realize, you do realize it would be bright outside, but we're not trying to match the sun's brightness. Does that make any sense? Like they're just like, oh, the sun is bright and yellow, so the world should be also bright and yellow. And I'm like, no, this ain't fucking Mad Max. This ain't Fallout. What the fuck? So I think the Virtuos needs to like literally fix that, like change that lighting. They should fix that. They should fix a lot of shit. But they I think that's what they did, was that lighting of the sun. It's just they're just like, oh yeah, there's no the world is sand. We're in Saudi Arabia. And I'm like, what the fuck? No, when it's bright out, we see all the bright colors, the greenery, the hues. Anyway, I could talk about that all day.
And really games in general.
Amber lens.
Unfortunately, I think
Wood
that a
pit.
lot of these
Perfect.
changes were made while ignoring the deeper context of the world, and it's not entirely clear what the purpose of making these changes was. There definitely was.
It's a clear purpose of why they changed it. They changed it for political reasoning. They couldn't stand it, so they changed it. One, Virtuos is in France, so yeah, I mean, there's good developers in France. I mean, Expedition 33. I mean, I'm just saying, there's certain people in the political ideology spectrum that there's fat and ugly bitches that are working there, and they're just like, I don't like this. I don't like this. So they change it. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. And also, Bethesda and Microsoft have certain initiatives, DEI, that say, hey, you need to change this. That's just how it is. It sucks, but Oblivion's great. I'm always gonna, by the way, I'm not hating on Oblivion Remastered, so if anybody's out there going like, Oblivion's great, shut the fuck up, alright? Alright, wrap it up. Wrap up those little fucking emotions in your brain. I love Oblivion Remastered, alright? Hold your gonads, alright? But I'm gonna recognize issues, okay? Let's not do this whole Stalker 2's great, but it can't run. Stop that shit. Stop it. I'm gonna recognize faults. That's just how we are. That's how we gotta be.
Was some sort of a purpose, because it cannot be a coincidence that all of these things were changed, but again, it's just not clear because there is a bit of inconsistency there as well. Today we're going to talk about the changes and some of the censorship affecting female characters.
Wait. Is that the same statue from before? Like, I can recognize that the statue should do something, but obviously there's a big change. I mean, she's got a rack. I mean, she's got a pair of tits. I could understand that they want to do a certain position or certain, you know, pose for her instead of her just standing there, you know. But you changed that?
In the game, and the kind of message that perhaps unintentionally or maybe intentionally
Intentionally.
Before we get started, hi, my name is Angelica, and I'm planning to do a sort of a special live stream soon to celebrate 100k. This is going to be kind of like a Q&A style live stream. We haven't done one of those since before I had even less than 20k subscribers, so I thought that it would be a really good time to repeat that. But before we can do the stream, a very special package has to arrive, so stay tuned for that. Now, in my last video, I know
We already got the package, okay? We already got the package, all right? 2 lovely packages. One is you. That's wholesome. You thought it was going to be something different. And then the other package is the Amulet of Kings. Anyway, let's continue the video.
Noticed maybe 1 or 2 subtle things when analyzing the clothing in the game that kind of surprised me in terms of the changes that were made and why would they have changed that. Some pieces used to be a bit more off-shoulder, for example. Others accentuated the curves and the figure of your character a lot more.
Yeah.
They weren't afraid to show a little bit more skin in something low-cut. That said, I don't think that the original version of Oblivion was ever particularly out there or sexy. Sure, their clothes may have appeared more flattering, but I thought that it was all very reasonable and it didn't ever raise any eyebrows. Other than that, everybody was equally a potato. Some potatoes were just very feminine.
Yeah.
It fit the world perfectly. The remastered version has hidden much of what I said in the previous video.
Yeah, right there. There was supposed to be a little bit of cleavage there. And you could even tell by the way the dress is kind of scrunched up to cover any sort. I don't know why they're hiding anything. They didn't give anybody any tits in this game, so I don't know what they're hiding. You know what I mean? I'm over here just like, what are you fucking hiding? You ain't got no tits. Congratulations, we made a game that looks like you, okay? Everybody's old, everybody's dusty, everybody's ugly. Congratulations. Alright? He's like, guess what the devs look like that made this game? They look like the characters in the game. That's right. That ogre that works at the Slash and Smash, that's the developers. I think they're great. They did an amazing job on this game. But I see what you did, okay? All of them. He's like, all right, I'm just saying. All right, I'm just saying. We would have liked beautiful female characters and awesome, attractive men, but I know, I get it. We have to have some potatoes. Some potato-looking characters, but we have to have beautiful characters as well. I think there was one character that looked manly and kind of like what girls would like, and it was literally a guy that was in the Shivering Isles, and he always talks about bones. I don't know, that was the closest manly person in the whole game.
Gave flair and an attitude to certain things. Others have been just straight up changed in what kind of feels like an attempt at censorship. I totally missed the huntsman's vest and pants in the clothing video because, to be honest, I actually didn't recognize them.
Whoa! Yeah, these mods need to come back. Mods have to come back, bro. Yeah, mod it. Just mod it. Yeah, these mods. I'm gonna have to bring out these mods, bro. Every single time the mods have to fix every fucking thing. That is so fucking... So it's the same name. We know exactly who would wear that ugly fur clothing. Okay, if you're... if you have some sort of political ideology, okay, let me guess, you like animals, right? You like cats, you like dogs. Okay, here's what I gotta say. You would hide the tatas, but you would be okay with me killing someone's dog and putting it over my shoulders. Is that what you're saying? No. Hold up. You hate the fact that there would be people that would oogle at somebody's tatas with a bikini and shit. So you would hide the female, but you're okay with somebody cutting up somebody's dog or cat or something and wearing that ugly fucking vest. Which ideology do you want? Do you want to hide the females or do you want to protect the dogs and cats? Which one is it? Yo, they
I came across them. I guess I didn't think twice about it at the time because this is the version that the male characters wear and I recognized it from that.
See, we'll wear the fur shit. We don't give a fuck. Nice six-pack, by the way. Fucking elf.
So it just slipped past me.
So that's the male
sort of
version.
A Mandela effect, I guess. Now here's the thing. This is what they changed it to, and it was always called a vest, so I guess this makes it closer to its...
Nah, hun. You're being nice. You're being nice. I appreciate it. You're being nice. Well, I guess it's called a vest. I appreciate you. You're trying to be nice. Let's bring it to brass tacks, okay? They made a remake, okay? A remake, okay? So they have meticulously made everything almost the same. Sometimes they even kept a couple of the same bugs in the original Oblivion. But they had enough fucking energy to be like, Maggie? Yes, Hannah? This has got to change. These white cis males are gonna ruin our video game. And I'm like, you fucking fat bitches. You know what? It don't matter. Mods. Yeah. Can you change this? You already did? Cool. Awesome.
Name, but I don't think that that's why they changed it. If they were really worried about sticking true to the name of items, then perhaps the black finery would be black and not brown, right? This is something...
What the fuck? Wait.
Thing else.
Hold up. That's the same dress that you showed me. That was supposed to be black. Wait, what is wrong with their coloring? She just showed me this dress and it was completely black. What is wrong with their coloring? First, we got an amber lens fucking sun outside, and now we got a burnt ass dress. Like, it's a black dress, but black finery, and you give people that? Bro, what is up? Color is so important. I think Expedition 33 did that. Color is so important in Expedition 33. You know the gradient counter in Expedition 33? I'll talk about this later when I do an actual final review. There's a gradient counter and the enemy attacks you and it's a powerful attack. They turn the whole screen gray. Like this gray, like I'm deleting the hope of you winning this battle. Like that sort of gray. Gray is a good color of despair. And so if you counter that fucking gradient counter, they take all the gray off the screen. Your character wraps it up in a ball and is like, not today, bitch. And it's like a symbol of hope. You see what I'm saying? That's a good way of using color in art. These motherfuckers didn't understand that fucking assignment. Jesus.
This is something else, and it's something that I will explore in this video and show you more examples of. But specifically looking at the Huntsman's vest, to me, this was a totally unnecessary change that I think nobody would ever complain about if they left it like before. People keep saying that the changes that appear to be so radical in the remaster were done in the name of embracing a more realistic look. But I feel like that all goes out the window when you think of an NPC that wears this clothing, so Branwen came to mind, and this particular change has made her and her situation look really silly and out of place. For context, this is a Redguard woman that can be found in the Imperial City Arena District, sparring with an Argonian named Salith, in the hopes of making it in the arena. In the original, their outfits, or lack of clothes, perfectly fit their situation. This place is like a mini gym, and her attire is perfectly comfortable for what she's doing. It's sort of like a sports bra vibe. In the remaster...
That's actually true, because if you look at it, if you look at it, I don't think if you're a woman, you don't want to fight somebody in a fucking itchy ass fur shit and you're, you know, training outside and all you got is just some regular rags. You don't want to fight with that ugly, you know, fucking itchy ass furry shit. You're going to get fur between here and that's got to be fucking annoying. Why don't you just stick with the source material?
Without any context, you go up to this and it just...
Can I also add another thing? First of all, they changed the way she looks. I thought she was not a Redguard. Because, also, I want to talk about that Argonian as well. Okay, the same people?
A sports bra vibe.
Okay, so the hair is the same for the Argonian. Fine. Why is it that you made... This is supposed to be a fucking Redguard, right?
And her attire is perfectly comfortable for what she's doing. It's sort of like a sports bra vibe. In the remaster, without any context, you go up to this and it just looks like two homeless people fighting. You can see here that first of all...
Why did you not only change her hair, which I know you guys care about, I know you devs care about that shit, why did you change her hairstyle? And also, why did you give her this sort of... Why did you give her this Moco Coco? She was light-skinned. You know there's black people that are light-skinned? That you literally had that in the first one. This one, she's just like, you know, she like you know what I mean? Let me stop. Let's
censorship
continue.
Doesn't extend to male characters as...
See what I mean? Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck? That's not the same person. This Argonian perfectly matches who he was in the previous one. I don't know who the fuck this lady is. She ain't even close. I have seen the characters in the OG version, some of the characters in the OG version, and then they match them. But for some odd reason, when it comes to black people, they're just like, all of you need to be dark as fuck and old. And each and every one of you should have the biggest fucking lips I've ever seen. And I'm like, nigga, what the fuck? Can at least one of us be attractive? You all are attractive. Nah, bitch. Nah, bitch. No, we aren't. Who the fuck is this? Even in the OG version of this one, she looked like the hair and yeah. Where's the, okay? You got the bun on the top, but what's this right here? Where's that at? You in this one, you just took the little hair on the side. You took that away. Where's the light skin? Okay, all right. So you're making a remaster, and you watch every single block on a damn fucking wall, and the way the horses look, you guys get the armor correct or even adjust it to make it look cooler, but then you stop, look, and listen when you see a black person, and you're just like, oh yeah, every one of these niggas need to look like Harriet Tubman. Get the fuck out of here, bruh. Get the fuck out of here. This was your one chance to make one woman look like Zendaya. Not beautiful, not ugly, just mid. You know what I mean? That's exactly what the OG one was. That's exactly what this was. That's Zendaya right there. With bigger tits.
Well, this censorship doesn't extend to male characters, as they didn't decide to put a shirt
the side
on
bangs?
him,
Gotcha.
but she's wearing this warm, furry vest to work out. Before this, in the original, the shirtless Argonian was completely fine, and I don't think you ever needed to ask them what they were doing to get the picture.
Oh, skip the
Now, her look has had a direct impact on his, and they just look like beggars from the waterfront district having a disagreement. It looks ridiculous, and it was something that did not
Even she
need to be
says
changed
it.
at all.
Even she says
kind
it.
of ruined the particular scene here. No, it's not game-breaking, but it's the sort of jank that's like not really charming.
No, it's not really charming because it's not really charming, but people care. If you're playing video games, you like art more than you know. Do you understand me? If you're playing video games, you like art more than you know. You're gonna say, oh, I don't really care about that. You do. If it's a game that you truly enjoy, you do. If somebody comes out and gives you a game that you think is unforgettable, and then they remake that game, and then they change the thing that brings the nostalgia out of you, then you're going to be like, oh, this isn't right. Or they get the music wrong, and you're like, that's not right. Or they change the story, and you're just like, yo, you're messing with my favorite thing in the world. I'm telling you, you like art more than you know. I'm just saying.
Definitely funny looking, but not in a good way. Armor is also a bit of a hot topic right now, kind of for the same reasons. So, in the original Oblivion, some of the armor looked quite different depending on whether you played a male or female character. Granted, not all of the armor had these differences. For example, the steel armor kind of looked the same on both men and women, so it's important to have this context and those facts before we go and get our pitchforks. Don't worry, there will be time for pitchforks later. Some really notable differences can be seen in things like the iron armor, the amber armor set,
Bruh, there's an amber armor? That's cool.
the chainmail armor, the pit armors and stuff worn in the arena, and several others that you'll notice too. What they appear to have done is taken away the elements that incorporated the female form, and made all armor look more bulky and...
It's Veilguard all over again. Let's go back. I want to look at all of it.
Text and those facts before we go and get our pitchforks. Don't worry, there will be time for pitchforks later. Some really notable differences.
That one right there. You heard titty armor and you were like, oh, my body, my choice. And I'm like, hold up, you ugly bitch. First of all, you don't need to worry about your body. Ain't nobody coming for that shit. Also, it's a fucking video game. Just do like you did in the fucking video game. Make it have a little bit of femininity, but also give it some armor. Give it to be like, oh, it's got protection. Also, it's got a little bit of femininity for the ladies, for the girls out there. Holla back. I hear you, ladies. This is what you got. I hope you enjoy. Or fellas, here you go. This is what you got. If you want to pay a female, this is what you got. Have fun. You eliminated that and said, fuck you. Stop being a gooner, because for some odd reasons, humans enjoying the female and male body all of a sudden is a bad thing for some odd reason. How the fuck are we supposed to, like, I don't know, procreate? What, you think we just all of us men just get hard, you know, at a whim or something? No, we don't get hard at a whim unless it's like morning wood. No, we like people that are attractive and shit. Or if a woman does something attractive. What do you think? We're just like, oh, I got an obligation to get hard even though my wife is fucking ugly. No! Everybody has recognized what is like how things are supposed to be. Also, this is escapism. This is a fucking video game. I didn't come here to fucking be your fucking social study like what's it called? What's that class called? Sociology teacher. I'm not here for that shit. I want to have whatever that is on the left. Yo, these mods are going to be kicking off, bruh. These mods are coming.
This can be seen in things like the iron armor, the amber armor set.
That's a big ass fucking change. Like, that amber stuff is really cool, but also, hold up a second. Hold up. Why are you not doing that deep green on that? Not only are you, oh God, guys, God, why are you so fucking stupid with color? Two things. Let women have titty armor. I don't want to hear anybody say like, oh, it's not protection. Nobody gives a fuck, Diane. I don't give a fuck about you, okay? Continue to never have dick in your life, okay? Let us have titty armor. Secondly, do the dark green color of the one on the left. That dark green color gives it that, oh, I have a sort of a ranger sort of style, sort of elven, sort of style-esque sort of armor. That dark green gives it a sort of like a ranger-esque sort of like warrior look. The one on the right is like, it's like you're wearing prison clothes. Some prison clothes are orange, some prison clothes are white, and some prison clothes are fucking like this light green and shit. Those are fucking prison clothes. From underneath the amber.
The chainmail armor.
The chainmail armor? Let me see that one. Wait, the chainmail armor. Bro, you took away the fucking titty clamps on the front? Why can't we have the titty clamps? Why? She still looks like a man in the left one. We can't have no titty clamps. We're not even seeing any titties. We can't have... the women can't have two giant lions holding the clasp of the pauldrons. We can't have that? All right. Is there anything else we can't have? We'll leave it up to you since you decide what we can and can't have. Let me go back on that previous one.
Things like the iron armor, the amber
armor,
set, the
chainmail armor one. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be real honest with you. This chainmail armor sucks on both. I'm sorry. The chainmail armor looks stupid on both. It's just stupid. It's like nobody's gonna wear just chainmail. Like, add some cloth to the chainmail, okay? Add some cloth to it. Don't just go outside in the heat and throw hot steel on your body. Like, give it some cloth look, okay? Obviously, we don't really... It's a video game, so we're not really caring about the sun anyway. Give it some clothing instead of, yeah, just put metal on you, bro. No cloth at all, just metal. Both of them sucked.
chainmail armor, the pit armors and stuff worn in the arena, and several others that you'll notice too. What they appear to have done is taken away the elements that incorporated the female form and made all armor look more bulky and...
But you remember the time that I showed you Oblivion and basically what I did was I made the character turn around. It's at the beginning when I played Oblivion with you. You remember when I turned the character around in character creation, and then what I did was I just changed the character from male to female. Did you notice that the shoulders, the back, everything didn't change at all? The only thing that changed was the head. Was there titties? Who can say? But I looked at the character from the back, I changed the character from male and female, and the only thing that changed was the head. The shoulders stayed the same. The body function changed the same. The arms changed the same. It was like, nigga, is this a Microsoft game? Need a Gambazin
like
under
it. Does on
True.
male characters. So the major argument for doing this, and I can sort of see where they're coming from, is, again, going for realism. So it is true that armor for the most part was never really made for women or to fit the female body. That is because in many places in the world and many societies it was widely accepted that war is for men, and only men go to war and need to wear armor.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's a fantasy game, and then there's literally women everywhere. She's already going to probably say this already, so she's a smart woman. She already knows what I'm going to say anyway, is that you brought out this fantasy world. I literally just had a necromancer bitch throw a giant ice ball at me, and then she summoned a fucking skeleton. What fucking realism are you fucking talking about, okay? I've seen the combat. Even though the combat is updated, the combat is still... If you look at the combat from a third-person perspective, it looks fucking weird, bruh. It looks fucking weird. Your character's like, hey, I got you. You're dead. Okay, what kind of realism are we talking about? You're not KCD, okay? You're not going... You want realism? Get these fucking women out of combat. What? You wanted realism, right? Get these fucking women out of combat. Get them out of here. Put them back in the fucking kitchen. What? You wanted realism. Oh, okay. So it's just fake realism and you just really don't like... Okay, so you're sticking to your political ideology. Okay, so let's throw out the realism a little bit and let's have people have fun with their characters, be they male or female.
There were a few exceptions, of course, instances where armor may have been made to fit a particular person.
Yeah, but she's attractive, though, so that's kind of different. Also, that armor looks cooler than most armor in Oblivion, so, I mean, there's that.
Like, it's believed that Joan of Arc had her...
Also, she has hips. I'm gonna be honest with you, you're showing a great picture. It's a beautiful picture of a beautiful woman in armor, but I'm gonna let you know that that curviness of that armor and that armor to the hip shit, that's gonna turn Microsoft and Bethesda the wrong way. They're like, women in armor, that's right. They don't need to wear that sexy armor those gooners like. And then they're gonna look at the armor at the bottom where it shows that the hips, and they're gonna be like, you guys had us on the first part, not gonna lie. That's what I fucking mean, bro. That's what I mean. Cause this looks...
Armor may have been made to fit a particular person. Like, it's...
Attractive. Like people notice the attractiveness. Even back then, people noticed that women in armor can look attractive in armor like this. And it even has some like a little bit of femininity in it. And they saw that shit and they were like, no, not today, sir. Not today. I need every woman that puts on armor to look like the mountain in fucking Game of Thrones.
It's believed that Joan of Arc had her armor made specifically for her, courtesy of King Charles VII of France.
Even he knew.
For the most part, if a woman did wear armor, it was just armor that was standard and made for men to begin with. You guys will know that I am somebody that advocates for realism in fantasy worlds, but what I mean by this is that I want to see it grounded within the predefined parameters of any given fantasy world. So my counter argument here is this. Unlike the real world, in Oblivion, women do go to war. in Elder Scrolls in general. Women
She's
in the war.
saying
You
what
see
I'm
this
saying.
in your first 2 minutes of playing
There it
Oblivion,
is.
where you meet Captain Renault wearing a full set of Blade's armor and escorting the Emperor to safety. That's kind of a big deal. I've sort of touched on this in a video.
I like how in the beginning of this game, the one girl that died that was part of the Blades was actually attractive, and they just made that character attractive on purpose. Like, I've never seen that face, that one female that died in the sewers. I tried to make a beautiful woman, okay? I've never seen an attractive face like that. So they gave her her own sort of official kind of beautiful face, and they said, "Kill this bitch." I mean, it's part of the story. And I'm just like, nigga, you made a beautiful woman, and we can't even make that? And you literally kill her? Maybe you can make a beautiful woman. I tried, though. I tried. But they had a beautiful woman with a beautiful face, and she had, like, the bulky armor, and these developers, like, thank God she dies in 5 minutes. And I was like, nigga, what the fuck? These women are savage.
Before where I spoke about how there don't appear to be the same predefined gender roles in Tamriel as there are in our real world. Therefore, realism in this case would mean that the female form is also taken into account when making armor, as women are out there just as much as men. And again, this was a thing in the original. It was already decided that this is a thing, so I don't see why they couldn't continue with it. I find it—
You know. You know. You're not stupid. Okay, Angel? You know exactly why they did it. They can't make a character out of you, because if they see you and a bunch of guys are talking to you, these developers get angry, okay? I've seen it, okay? I've seen moments when one girl that's attractive is talking to like the hot guy, and the rest of the women that are average or ugly, they have this look in the distance like, oh, hey, Jennifer, hey, it's good to see you. And I'm over here like, you didn't make that face before when Jennifer was over there talking to Chad. No, you didn't make that same face. I'm just saying, the reason why they make these changes is because it hurts their feelings. I know this sounds stupid. I know what I'm saying sounds fucking stupid, but it's this simple. It's not about, oh shit, objectifying women. It's, oh shit, people are looking at something attractive, but what they should be looking at is people that look like me, or average people that look at me. I know it sounds so fucking stupid. I know. It's like, stop it, cause how can they be like, yeah, girls, secure the bag, do that OnlyFans, your body, your choice. But as soon as men are attracted to hot women, all of a sudden they're like, you can't do that. And I'm like, but you just said for her to secure the bag. Yeah, but don't be a gooner. Don't, women are not objects. But she's literally selling herself on OnlyFans. It's like, yeah, but, you know, don't give her money. But give her money, but don't give her money. And stop objectifying women. But but her body, her choice. Their mind goes in circles over this shit. I cannot describe you. I cannot describe what I'm saying, but it's like a circle, a never-ending circle in their mind where they want to be right the whole time, and they want to avoid accountability and avoid the truth. And that truth is, we want to see attractive characters in video games, and we don't give a fuck about ugly fat people. I'm sorry. That's what it is. Stick to the fucking original of the Oblivion remaster, please. Stop being weird.
did a particularly silly change for things like the amber armor. Like, the concept of amber armor is very fantastical, surreal. Surely with how magical and out of this world this looks, we can allow for it to fit nicely on a female character. So realism is great and all, but it shouldn't get to the point where you're taken out of the fantasy world, especially not in a remaster or remake scenario where you already have a point of reference. Upon further inspection, they did this with statues as well. So if the statue had some curves or a more risque appearance, this would be toned down. For
They fucking hate you. They fucking hate you, ladies. They fucking hate you. They love you. Girl, go ahead. We love you. We love the ladies out there. It's like, go ahead, girl. Go ahead. You know, but we fucking hate you. Like I said, it's a never, they've done the same thing to black people. Okay? They've done it to Doctor Who. They're just like, oh, we love black people. Let's make you become Doctor Who. Also gay. Also black. Yeah, it's the first time. I know we're making horrible stories right now. Our numbers are going down. Our number of views are going down. Listen, we might have to fire you because I thought you would be good, but I guess you're just black. You see how fucked up this sounds? This is what goes through their minds, is when they see something that they're just like, problematic. I fucking hate that word, by the way. I these last 4+ years, there's certain words that I just fucking hate, and one of them is problematic. And they see this, and they're just like, reduce the tits. At least they gave her a certain pose with a spear and stuff. That's nice. But they were just like, we can't have that. And no, they're not doing this out of Christian values, okay? You can stop with that fucking nonsense. They don't believe in God, or maybe they do. But the only thing that I know about these people is their political ideology stands firm over making a video game that sticks to the source material. They're okay with revamping that arena over there to the left. They're okay with making the stone and the buildings look exactly the same. But when they saw this woman with an actual chest, they were like, bitch, no. That's pretty fucked up.
For example, the Meridia statue in Oblivion looked like this.
Oh, they got rid of that shit. They got rid of that shit. First of all, thighs, chest, feminine look, shoulders, hips, and feet, and the clothing. Everybody do it with me. When you turn off the lights.
And in the remaster, they made it look kind of like it does in Skyrim.
Huh? Why don't you just... This is completely... They did this on purpose. Holy shit. At least they showed leg, which is crazy, but they got rid of those tits. They saw the tits and they were like, oh, this looks nice. The clothing looks nice. Make sure that there's, that there's clothing down there with the creases and chop, chop, bitch. Androgynous. At least the face looks feminine. Jesus, you couldn't stay with the source material. And I know Oblivion Remastered is a good game, but I'm gonna let you know right now, Oblivion's gonna be my last Bethesda game. I'm sorry. Oblivion's gonna be my last Bethesda game. I'm telling you right now, because I can't stand this sort of stuff. I know there's gonna be a new Elder Scrolls, and that's gonna be great and all, but I'm kind of done with this nonsense, okay? Let's continue.
But it's definitely safer for work overall. After seeing this, it kind of occurred.
Dang, they got rid of those tits mad hard. Any ladies in chat have boobies? Yeah, you're gonna have to get rid of those. Come on, come on. Get the kitchen knife. Yeah, the butcher one. Yeah, right there. Thank you. No, the bigger one. The bigger one. Yeah. Cause listen. 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 I know a girl that would get her feelings hurt if she saw you, and you look great. You look beautiful, girl. You look great. You look fantastic. But you're hurting the girls that look fucking ugly. I mean, they look I don't mean that. I mean, they look nice. But can't we all just be equal? You see what I mean? This is grade A. Let's not hurt anybody's feelings shit right here. This is the shit. How come they kept the racism with the characters, but they got rid of the femininity? You know what I mean? They kept the race. I think the racism in Oblivion would have been too much because it's too prominent in Oblivion, but these little changes would be like, nobody would notice. You know what I mean? Nobody would notice. These mods need to step up.
To me that perhaps they decided to make all of the Daedric shrines look more Skyrim-like. But then I visited Azura, and she was way more toned down and covered up than even the Skyrim version. Damn. Whereas in the original Oblivion, she looked like this.
Dang, they really don't like women. They really don't like women. They fucking hate you. They fucking hate you. No, we're doing this because we don't like any of these guys being perverted. What do you think? We're just going up to the Oblivion statues and just yanking it? Jarvis, delete my last save. What are you thinking?
And if more Skyrim-like was the goal here, why didn't they change the Molag Bal statue to look like it does in ESO?
You know why.
I mean, this depiction of him is arguably better known even, but they decided to stick to the original. Now here's where the consistency falls through, and this is what kind of makes me question the purpose of changing these things at all. Now maybe they missed this, but interestingly, they also didn't change the mermaid statue in Anvil. In fact, I think they maybe even improved her a little bit with the pose.
They improved her a little bit? No, they didn't. She's got a big ass fucking forehead with a fucking chin the size of fucking the Crimson Chin. No, they didn't improve it. I mean, yeah, they gave her a feminine body, but the hands are a little bit too big. Girls mostly, if they're small and dainty, they have smaller hands. They gave this bitch Edward Scissorhands. Look at her fucking fingers in her hand on the rock. Fucking big ass hand, bitch. The fuck is this? And she got that face looking like fucking Ellie in The Last of Us on fucking HBO. The one at the bottom looks better because it's just like she has a more feminine sort of mermaid, like Little Mermaid sort of look to her. Yeah, the position looks nice, but there's definitely a difference to the face and then to the hands. It's like they failed at art school, but they forgot about art school. I can't tell which one it is. They failed art school or they forgot about art school. They were just like, oh, just make this girl pretty. And then the other one was like, don't make this bitch pretty. It's one of the two. It's one of the two. Big ass forehead looking bitch. She I feel like she's gonna get up and go right on me. Like
but that's just my opinion. Other than that, where I thought they might censor her, they didn't. Now at this point in the video, I know somebody has probably thought of the spider Daedra. So yes, I did decide to take a closer look at that as well. So my take on this is, they don't look bad. They retain pretty much the same essence, although I would have liked to see that bright red incorporated into their
This is the third fucking time I'm talking about color. This is the third. I'm so glad I reshaded, but I think I need to change the reshade a little bit more. They are saturating the colors. They're saturating it. This is so bro. They do not understand colors, bro. No. My gosh, she's got the pale look. Okay, she got the hair, she got the eyes. They changed the head a little bit. But this is the third time, man, that they don't give a fuck about colors. What is going on? Everybody in this game is ashy. That's what this is. Everybody in this fucking game is ashy. Everybody just said... Can I get Oblivion, the Shea Butter Edition? Can I get Oblivion, the Shea Butter Edition? Can I get Oblivion, the Moisturize Edition? Can I get that? So the world can actually have colors?
Outfits, but it's fine. However, if we address the elephant in the room, their chest is visibly smaller.
Mods, listen to me right now. You need to step up your fucking game, alright? I know you're playing the game right now, but you need to step it up. You need to put each and every one of these things that she's talking about in the fucking game. I'm coming for that. If you want to put it on Nexus mods, fine. I appreciate people that bring out mods. I don't trust Nexus mods, the administration, okay? You can put it on whatever mod site you want, okay? That's fine. But please, help us out. We'll endorse you, okay? We'll endorse you.
Let's stop for a second and think who the Spider Daedra are. They are closely associated with the Daedric prince Mephala. Mephala, who is the prince of lies, sex, murder, and secrets. A prince that uses seduction to get closer to mortals and trick them, get them entangled in her cunning web. These Spider Daedra are the perfect ambassadors for such a prince, and so having a more exaggerated chest like they did in the original would have been arguably more.
Dang, she got big hands. Maybe you guys were doing all right with the statue after all.
Lore accurate and in character. No, this is by no means a horrible change that completely ruins the game, but I wonder about the message that it sends when, even in a scenario where the female body tells a part of the story.
There's either two things that are happening here. You guys either are not having the creative freedom, or this is exactly what you want. It's only one of the two. These are absolutely things that you did on purpose. Let's stop playing games, okay? And I have to mention this again. We like Oblivion Remaster. Shut the fuck up. Whoever is watching this video and thinking,
well, it doesn't matter. Oblivion is great, and you guys are just grifters.
Take your fucking meds. Okay, that person is out of the way. Please recognize patterns and let them know for their next game that we want authenticity and we want artistic vision with their games. If you do not want to bring out attractive characters, then you're going to get less sales. It's just how it is. If you don't want attractive characters, if you want to make every person bland, watch your numbers fall. Because after Starfield, everybody's watching your ass. Everybody is. You're not GTA 6, okay? You need to step your fucking game up. All right? Because we got backlog after backlog. All right? If I want to go back to Dragon Age and blow out Morrigan's ass again, I can do it. I don't care. Who cares? I don't care.
And lore, they choose to tone it down like it's a bad thing. And it's not like Oblivion is a game where historically all women had super exaggerated bodies and jiggle physics and
True.
Lots of focus on that sort of thing. So this also meant that having something more open and out there, or откровенное, like we say in Russian, made it that much more effective. If people are worried about over-sexualization, let's be real, those who really want to make things more exaggerated and blown out of proportion will mod that right into the game. But that does not mean that we can't have tasteful depictions of the female form in the game by
Hell
default.
yeah.
And when I say tasteful, I mean they fit perfectly into their world and story. All of this censorship and hiding of the female figure is a really weird way to remaster something. Almost sending the message that women should be more covered up and toned down in general. It's especially difficult to understand when you see that again, for the male characters, this was not at all changed.
They kept those male characters exactly. Look.
Speaking of Daedra,
Look what I fucking mean. These are for fat fucking Karens that know exactly what the fuck they're doing. They designed the females to be like, I don't want men to be happy. But as soon as they made this character, they were like, I want a big fucking demon with big fucking arms with veins coming out of his hands, and I want him to choke me. But as soon as she went over on my side of the spectrum and tried to give me something, and every man just went out and said, gimme, spider mommy. They were just like, reduce the tit size, reduce the tits, and make her color a little bit different. Change the statues. That's what they did. Okay?
look at the Zivali, as buff, as detailed, and as shirtless as ever. Why is this okay? But
because they're fucking perverts for one side and one side only. There's gonna be fucking disgusting Karens out there that want to only appease themselves, and then the men over there who want to get with that ugly ass woman are gonna be like, you know what, girl, you're right. I'm gonna agree with everything that you say. Or it's just Microsoft being Microsoft and Bethesda being Bethesda. You know, certain initiatives and political ideology shit. You know, certain incentives that said, you know, Microsoft told me not to do this. It's either one of the two.
this is not. I will say, they did put shorts on the zombies, which again...
Nigga, why did you put... I'm noticing a pattern, I'm noticing a pattern. Okay? You know you could have just left, you know you could have taken off the pants and then just put just nothing on in between. It would have been fine, you know that, right? We don't want to see you draw penises after the way we've seen you draw people in this game, okay? So it's fine. Just put nothing in between there. And then also, here's another thing. Why are most of the zombies in this game either not have a head or just a little bit of their mouth is like removed? Why don't you do like the zombie on the right where we can see the fucking muscle and bone and the guts in between? It's because you're lazy. That's why. It's because you saw it and you were like, that's hard. That's why. That's what this is. You guys are good at making remakes, but you saw this work and you were like, that's hard. That's what this is. Nothing more, nothing less. That's too hard. This is not ooh, that's disgusting. It's a skill issue. That's why you didn't want to do the whole bones and the disgusting and the colons coming out and shit. That's why.
Consistency? I don't know. It's really weird. Let's look at the Shivering Isles, the famous saints and seducers.
I've never seen this armor before. And I can tell you right now, after looking at this, all of this shit is gone. All of this shit is gone. I don't even need to... I have not reached this part in Shivering Isles. All I know is that this shit is hella gone. It is so gone. Oh. You know what this armor is going to turn into? You know what this armor is going to turn into in the next second that she's going to show us? You're going to have these ladies look like the tree sentinel in Elden Ring. That's right. bulky armor, fucking giant halberd. Just full armor. A woman's inside there somehow. A woman's inside there, but she's gonna be the fucking tree sentinel from Elden Ring. Just show us.
The interesting thing about their societies is that they are matriarchies, and this is so deeply ingrained in their being that we even see it in how armor is modeled after females and not males. So the male variant of the
That looks pretty cool too. Oh god, show us. Please show us.
seducer armor and the saint's armor is actually much more revealing and feminine on the men. One weird thing that I noticed, again related to the
Somehow they pulled it off. Well, you ladies don't have tits, so tits don't exist, okay? Tits don't exist. Oh, that was close. Show the skirt. Show the skirt.
chest area is that it almost seemed more detailed and more modern in the OG version of Oblivion than it does in the remaster.
Damn.
Like, whatever way it's done here is clearly to draw less attention to it, but it's just a bit strange when put side by side with the original. Like, on the original, look at the contour and the definition on the skin, and here, there's just nothing. These are all small examples on their own.
Oh, show us the skirt. Show us the skirt. Oh, God.
I know, but when put together, it does make me think about what the future holds in terms of depictions of female characters. I think that the Elder Scrolls always did a great job of depicting women in a way that was tasteful, even if there was an accent on sensuality and their bodies. It always felt right to the world and to women that played the games also, which is backed up by the fact that Elder Scrolls has a huge female fan base. There's two things that this kind of reminds me of. So one, have you ever seen those CD or album covers in the Middle East? So you have the version that was made in the West and then what was actually sold in the Middle East, how the female artists are much more covered up because that's in their culture and that's just how it has to be. But the other example is when World of Warcraft changed the paintings of women to bowls of fruit, while all of the allegations about the
I'm not gonna change, if I make my own shit, I'm not gonna change it for some sand people, okay? If I make a game and then you guys are like, we're gonna have to change a few things in your game, you're not getting my game then. Yeah, but people want to play your game. Ah, that's crazy, man. That sucks. Anyway, you're not gonna get my game then. Yeah, sorry. Sorry about that. But you're the first game that doesn't have any gay characters. I know, that's crazy, but I'm not gonna adjust my game just because you guys are afraid of some skin. It's crazy though, because people over there don't know what the fuck the age of consent is, but they're able to. They're like, the age of consent over there is iffy, but they're okay with covering up women. So which is it? 9-year-olds or cover up women? Which one is it? Which one? Why would I adjust my game over some weirdos over, okay? All right? I know it's not everybody over there, but I'm just saying. All right? I'm just saying.
Ongoing harassment at Blizzard were coming out. This doesn't help the situation at all. This isn't accountability. It's just the erasure of something beautiful that can absolutely be appreciated in a respectful way. But when you take it out, I guess you're just sending a message that maybe women are too much. Can't respect them if they look like this, or what exactly are they trying to say? All in all, I do want to say that I think that the remaster is fantastic. There are so many elements to it that are super beautiful, and I've been admiring the world, admittedly even off stream. I just wish that small and unnecessary changes like this weren't made to, make it more authentic to the original game, but also to not send the wrong message about women and women's bodies. And that is my take on this whole situation. I do hope that I was able to articulate myself as well as I put those thoughts together in my head. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. As always, big thanks to my channel members for all of your continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace. She's
pretty cool. She's awesome. Yeah, I'm surprised by the level of detail that she put into this. She's absolutely right. She's kind of nice about the whole thing, and I get it. But it's definitely a big change that they have definitely done on purpose. Like, we are human beings, and even though not everyone is smart, but we recognize patterns. And that pattern will correlate to their next game, and then their next game after that. And this will affect sales. Because people want escapism. The last thing that people want is somebody telling us what we can and cannot look at. So, anyway, that's what I got to say on this video. That's Angel. She's great. I will send a what can I share? I'll share in a minute. But yeah, that's it for now. I wonder if I can share this.
The Oblivion remaster.
Yeah, let me hit the share button. Boom. Cool. Boom. So people can look at that. Yeah. Awesome video. Awesome video. But man, man, that's I just think it's funny that that they were able to keep the men manlier and more appealing to women, but for men they were just like, listen, we don't like men being happy, not too happy. We don't want men being too happy. Like, they stuck to the source material all the way up to problematic statue. I just think that's hilarious. And they are definitely doing it on purpose. I enjoyed Skyrim, but never went back to Oblivion, and now I probably will when on a good sale price. That's probably pretty smart. I'm going to tell you right now, I need to let you guys know something. I'm probably not going to go back to Oblivion until I get those mods. Two things reason. One, I'm enjoying Expedition 33 too much. And another thing is that I want to add more mods to Oblivion until I get a satisfactory sort of game in my hands. Do you understand what I mean? It's just, I want those sort of changes that she showed me, and then I want to implement it into the game. And I don't want to, because it's going to just piss me off. And I don't want to be pissed off while playing the game. Just knowing that, oh shit, well, they did this. And, you know, I want to focus on Expedition 33 that does pander to me. Thank you very much. A couple of feet enjoyers, rise up. Don't raise your hand all at once, chat. But anyway, yeah. The Oblivion is better than Skyrim, but the Skyrim is more complete experience due to the large amount of mods. I saw those mods. Damn. That one vampire companion, somebody said, listen, I know you can't romance her, but we changed that shit up. Also, she's hotter. And I was like, bro, I might go back to Skyrim just because of that. Like, I appreciate the fact that there's dragons in Skyrim, but Oblivion, adding like Oblivion gates is kind of fucking cool. It's really fucking cool. Anyway, let's get back into the next video because I want to keep on going on this one. Okay. Next video, we have Laura Fryer. We've seen her video previously before. She's going to talk about Expedition 33 and their success. So let's see what she's talking about. Nice art.
Bonjour everyone.
They got dogs.
We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our nano.
If you haven't played Clair Obscur Expedition 33, you're missing out on a masterpiece. You need to play this game.
She's playing it.
It has stunning
You
art
can fly in this game?
beautiful music, a fantastic story.
I haven't reached that part.
Performances by an all-star cast. And the gameplay, it's proven that turn-based combat can be engaging and fun.
True.
And gamers agree. The user ratings on Metacritic make it the highest scoring game of all time on their platform.
We only care about user score up in here.
Fight is not over.
I've been in the games business
Such a great
for
game.
years,
Yeah, it
and
is.
I've seen thousands of pitches and trailers and playthroughs. And I was really surprised when I couldn't get this game out of my head. I had to have it. And after a few hours of playing, I'm obsessed with the game and even more so with the team. How did Sandfall create a game, their first game, that is so compelling it demolishes the competition? They didn't.
Easy. Two things. artistic design, artistic freedom, and feet.
Start with a beloved franchise everyone knows. They didn't have thousands of developers. They had 30. They had none of the assumed advantages of these big game studios. And yet here they are. They're setting records. They're setting a new standard. And they're winning new fans. So how did they do it? What does Sandfall know that other game studios seem to be missing?
They don't know
Well, it's
feet.
not too big of a mystery because Sven, the head of Larian, laid it out during the Game Awards.
Bro, Laura Fryer keeps on bringing up this same thing that he has said. That she keeps on bringing it up because it's not going through the mind of developers. She brings up this exact quote from Sven Vinka, who did Divinity Original Sin, which we'll play later on, but also Baldur's Gate 3.
Studio who found the formula to make it up here on stage.
But larger studios can produce higher quality. Quality is different depending on the person. Quality might mean higher fidelity or graphics, but it doesn't mean the game for some people. The game is quality is Expedition 33. Quality is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. And quality could also be, for some people, The Last of Us Part 2. Like, they could say, like, oh, the pretty graphics. But a lot of people don't believe Last of Us Part 2 has quality. They're thinking of the overall story. Like, the gameplay is nice. The graphics are nice. But the quality of the game, which is everything, which is the story, doesn't equate to quality to most people who played Last of Us Part 2. Because obviously, a lot of people did not like Last of Us Part 2, me included. I mean, let's talk about Veilguard. Nice hair, nobody fucking likes you. You see what I mean? That's the kind of quality that we're talking about. Oh man, cool, nice hair. Flop. Oh, cool. The raindrops on the armor and it looks actually authentic. Some of the areas in the world look really nice. Nice quality of worlds. Nobody bought your game. That's what quality actually means to most people. But the big issue with bigger studios is that they are often divided by departments and they can often fight against each other over certain features. Also, they fight over multiple things, but also a bigger studio means too many cooks in the kitchen. So you see what I'm saying? Because ideas can change, especially with EA. Oh, I gotta talk about that. I'll make that a video later. Also with EA making different decisions and stuff, that doesn't equate to quality. Just because you have a big a publisher right behind you and you got all these thousands of people in BioWare working with you does not equate to quality. Once it's out and people see it and then people don't like it, throw quality out the fucking window. Quality is Valheim. Quality is Vampire Survivors. Quality is Expedition 33. All three of these games don't have crazy graphics. Some of them have good graphics, but their graphics aren't fucking crazy good. But the artistic design is actually there, and the gameplay and the fun, which is very important, is absolutely there. That's what equates with most people when it comes to quality. A lot of people are just like, oh man, look at the light, the way it touches the leaves. Anyway, this game is $80 and it's kind of boring. Something like that.
It's stupidly simple, but somehow it keeps on getting lost. Studio made their game because they wanted to make a game that they wanted to play themselves. They created it because it hadn't been created before.
In my last video, I talked about how game developers like to work on pet projects, how they always have something they're working on because it's a passion for them. Well, it turns out that Claire Obscure started exactly that way. It was a passion project started by Guillaume Roche.
We are a small studio
True gamer.
based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
Here we are.
I like how they just mentioned that it's taken place in a part of France, and then people like in Endymion were just like, it's not France, bro. There it is. The developers just said it. It's part of France.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up
I love
with
this song.
and loved.
He worked until he knew enough to add more people, and then he asked for help. They started
Smart.
small, they iterated fast, and made something they
Whoa,
wanted.
whoa, 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 whoa. Sorry, I play this game, and when I see, is this a? Oh, this is a beta. This is probably a beta or a alpha because the font in the in some of this is different. Yeah, this is not the actual game that came out. Because I was getting pissed when I saw
iterated
this.
fast and made something they wanted to play. They had a clear vision, talent, and passion. And this passion is what makes great games. There's much to be said about the
Don't worry
brilliance
about it.
of this game, but I wanted to just touch on one piece that I think really stood out, and that's the characters and the story, because they're relatable. Many
Is that the Asian chick?
thrilling games have
Is that
come
the
down
Asian
to
chick?
these two issues.
Finally.
Stories that don't reflect real life.
Oh, that's the lead writer? Go ahead. Go ahead. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, Jennifer.
And characters that aren't aspirational.
The heart of the story is about overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss and grief. And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
This
In
was a
world like
good...
this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves?
Everyone can relate to this story because at this point they've experienced it emotionally. The last few years have seen unprecedented upheaval, and these questions around acceptance of your fate versus hope for the future are being wrestled with today. You can see this story, these emotions playing out on the world stage. You can see it playing out right here in the games industry. And if you're like me, you want to close this chapter on layoffs and poor leadership. You want to enter a golden age of gaming. You want games made for passion, not just for money.
Exactly. And I think this is very important because when it comes to bigger games and bigger titles in the AAA industry, there's a lot of moments where they bring people in for the bulk of the beginning parts of the game, and later on they just get rid of those people. I forgot what sort of phase it's called, but they bring in a bulk of coders and programmers, and they come in and then they help, and then out of nowhere later on they just get rid of them. They just lay them off, and then the people start to wrap things up later on. I forgot what process it's called. I don't have the proper wording for it, but a lot of big people that have the money for it will just utilize people for like some side work and just help out with the beginning parts of making the game, and then they'll just let them go. And back then, because all developers started small, each and every one of these developers have started off small. They used to be indie as well. They knew the engine. They knew how to do animation. They knew how to make stories. Back in the day, when they were smaller, they knew how to use the engine, they knew how to code, and they kept on using those same people because they said, hey, you're good at making this game. The next game that we work on, we need you. So they keep on recycling the same people. They don't let people go if they got something good to work on. This way, that their next work comes out, they're ready. They got more knowledge from the last game that they made, and this is what developers from, like I said, FromSoft has done, because each and every individual that works in FromSoft is like a golden goose. and you don't want to let go of your golden goose. And here's the thing. Lately, with Western game industry people, lately with Western game developers, there is at least 1 or 2 or 3 golden gooses in a triple game or industry. And then the rest are a bunch of people that just came from fucking school. Back in the day, everybody was the golden goose. In Japan, there's golden gooses everywhere. And they keep on helping them out. They give them raises, they give them bonuses, and they say, hey, we like you, stay for the next project. But lately in the Western, when it comes to Western studios, they can't wait to bloat up their fucking game and then just throw these motherfuckers out, regardless of a fucking win or a loss. You remember Hi-Fi Rush, that good game? Microsoft said, man, you guys did so good, man. Man, somebody should hire you again and work on the next game. Somebody should hire you guys. What are you talking about? We're hired right now. What do you mean we're hired right now? I mean, what do you mean somebody should hire us? Oh, that's right. You're all fired. I know you guys did great, but yeah, we're gonna have to get rid of this studio, man. Yeah, sucks. I know. You guys really did a good job, and if we kept on utilizing you, you guys would be even greater, but man, you guys gotta go, though. Well, I'll see y'all later. Luckily, they came back, and all those people, most of those people with Tango Studios did come back. Luckily, it got picked up by one of the devs out there. But good Lord, you do not hate Microsoft enough. This is what I mean. 33 people made this game, by the way. You see what I mean? I hope those 33 people work on the next game. Use those same people. Don't let them go.
And this is part of the magic of Expedition 33. The setting is exactly reflective of what many people desire in their world today. We want to complete this journey and enter a golden age, a beautiful age. I can't emphasize enough how important a relatable story and characters is. When I was working in games publishing, we would almost never greenlight a science fiction title. It wasn't because executives didn't like science fiction. All of us did. It was because creating a new, relatable world with characters you've never experienced is difficult. It crushes many teams. They struggle with making the fantastical alien character grounded enough in the familiar for a gamer to relate, to want to know more. This is my concern when I look at Marathon and their characters. Will the target audience relate to these characters in this world?
Everybody fucking knows. Everybody fucking knows. Everybody's saying the same thing about Marathon. Asmongold said, why aren't the characters hot? All the people playing Marathon, why isn't this game attracting me? It's losing the friction that is a extraction shooter. Everybody else is just like, why aren't the characters hotter? All these characters look like fucking Legos. And even Grandma, Laura Fryer herself, is saying, why aren't the characters attractive? Even she's saying it. Everybody's saying it about Marathon. When Expedition 33 and Oblivion came out, ain't nobody give a fuck about that fucking, alpha test that happened. Nobody cared about that alpha test. Nobody did.
You can never count out Bungie, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. People aren't perfect. They're flawed, and this expedition is no different.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be done.
I'm sorry about it.
I'm going to tell you right now, I appreciate that she's saying there's no good and evil, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm gonna fucking kill that paintress. I'm over here I look at this and I'm just like, yo, what if I made a side story, a little comic book, and I was like in an expedition, and then people, oh man, that would be such a good story, where actually there's actually one journal in Expedition where one person was like, yo, fuck these Gestrels, fuck these Nevrons, fuck all these people, all I care about are my people back at home. And some people were kind of disgruntled about that. And it's like, yo, we can't just recklessly just kill everyone that we meet. And I'm over here just like, yo, I want to hear a story about this individual that's really stuck on like, ooh, he's like, you know, his goal is to defeat the paintress. And you see these notes from these other journals and you want to go to that moment in time with those other expeditions. And you're just like, oh, I wonder how it would have been, and what kind of powers they had, and what kind of story that they developed. I'm wondering. But you're like, am I ever going to get that? But God, man, every time when I get away from this game, I'm just like, yo, you could add... I think about the lore every fucking day.
And that's another part of the beauty of this story, is that it reflects the dynamic. This expedition reflects the dynamic that you see on successful game teams. There is no toxic positivity driving out differing opinions or pretending everything will work out. They don't know. They don't know how they'll exactly win. They don't know how they will survive. And all they can do is bring their best ideas. And this is another big secret of Sandfall's success. They have figured out how to create a dynamic and cohesive team. There were only 30 people working on this team. They were able to stay small by wearing multiple hats and doing multiple roles. They were generalists.
See what I mean?
If you look in the credits, for some of them, it was their first game or their first experience working in a particular area.
There's a lot of white people in France. I'm wondering where all these black people are at. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm over here just like, where are the black people at? What happened to Lumiere? Viva la Lumiere, what happened?
The best entrepreneurs start with an idea. They don't know how to make it happen. They have a lot to learn and they figure it out because their desire is so strong to make it true. They don't get deterred when things get hard. They learn. They push through difficult times and eventually they
We're going to play it
become
tonight,
experts. Good teams know that it's okay to not know. It's okay to ask for help. Being humble and learning is the key. I see too many game developers wanting the accolades without the work, without the beginning and ending. They are focused on an end result without understanding how people get there. It's the short-term thinking vibe that has plagued gaming from the C-suite down.
Exactly. High risk, high reward. They knew what they were building and they were unsure about how this would go. And they knew their two things was like, we either do it or we don't. That was the only thing that was on their mind while they were making this game. They either do it or they don't. There was no, ooh man, if we mess up on this, man, we'll get them next time. No. They said in their mind, if we fuck this up, there ain't gonna be another game. And that's what developers in the AAA industry have fucking forgotten. They think, oh shit, oh, yeah, we're gonna make it. Some developers can do that. GTA could probably do that. Fucking Nintendo can do that. Fuck you, Nintendo. I heard about you in Pow World. Some places will make it. But sooner or later, people are gonna be like, you know what? They're making a good game over there. I want to try that. I've been playing Pokemon for a while, and some of their games have been lackluster. Or GTA is like, okay, well, GTA is great, but I would like to see what this is. I played GTA all my life. I would like to try Mafia, the old country, instead. You see what I mean? It's sooner or later, and it's going to come, that people are going to recognize that developers will lose the plot. They're going to find out sooner or later. You know what gamers are? Gamers are like women. They're going to find the lie sooner or later. You know what I mean? It's just like you're gonna lie to your gamers now, but she's gonna fucking find out sooner or later, and she's gonna go with this one French dude that's singing clap skill. She cheated on me for that French guy. All he does is parry. Yeah, but he gets me. He gets me. He gets me. He gets me, Nintendo. He gets me.
You can't will a great game into existence. You have to pour your heart and soul into the mission. And here's the truth. The journey, that is the reward.
True.
Okay, accolades, they're nice. Those go away within a year or a week in this industry. The financial stability is great. I mean, you have to feed your family.
Yep.
But it's the journey. It's the experience of making a great game with your friends. Well, that's the part I fell in love with. And you never lose that.
And she's right about this also, because I'm pretty sure developers in Rockstar and developers in Nintendo and developers in Ubisoft have fucking forgot that. It comes to this point where you're like, oh man, I can't wait to get into this organization and make things that I enjoy and make friends. Some of them do make friends, but a lot of these companies really, when it comes to investors, these investors and these publishers really, and even the developers themselves, I'm sorry, we can talk about the publishers and how fucked up they are all day, but the developers fucked up too, okay? And they pull away that artistic design that you want to do on games, that fun, that journey, they slowly take that away. And when people play video games, they can tell, they can feel it. Perfect example. You remember that game that was made by developers that made Callisto Protocol? We all forgot about that fucking game. But here's the thing. That developer worked on Crunch. I'm pretty sure some people like Crunch. Some people do. But if you make your developers do only Crunch, and then the fun just goes away with Callisto Protocol, well then guess what? Ain't nobody gonna remember your fucking game. Because now people are just working now. They're just there to do a job. They're just there to just finish. Now they're not even thinking about the journey anymore. They're just wondering, when is it gonna end? And that's how Callisto Protocol there was no political ideology. The developer and the fucking CEO or the head chief honcho said, you know what? Less fun, more work. And that's why people don't fucking remember that game.
You have it forever. Smaller studios are the future. They're more nimble and they can move fast. They don't have to build in processes to get executive approvals. They just ask their teammate in the chair next to them. If you've never read this book, you should. It's called The Mythical Man Month, and in this book, Brooks explains why adding more people to a project can slow it down. For starters, there's the training. With games in particular, it takes time to learn the pipeline and understand the vision.
True.
And then there's the complexity of the...
She's going to talk about exactly what I was just talking about. Hear her out. She's talking about exactly what I'm talking about. It's like, listen, you bring more people in, let her speak. Let her speak.
Communication. It increases exponentially. This communication burden can wipe out all of the gains you would have gotten from adding more people. The end result is that you are no better off deadline-wise. Another great advantage of staying small is that everyone on the team has more autonomy. They have more responsibility. There's no time for micromanagement. Everybody's wearing multiple hats. They're too busy. And you don't need endless meetings. You can just talk to one another.
Exactly.
At the same time, being small means there's also accountability. If a major area of the game...
I don't know if anybody has a cubicle job, Do you guys ever get tired of too many meetings? Some of you guys probably get a lot of meetings. Some jobs have meetings every fucking day. Every fucking day. I'm okay with the small meetings where we're just like, oh wait, okay, get together, let's talk about this, all right, break. That's fine. I'm talking about those long form meetings that happen every like 3 or 4 times a week. And you're just like, we're having a meeting about a meeting. What the fuck are we doing? You see what I'm saying? It becomes, it's like, guys, we already know what the fuck to do. Why are we having a meeting about a meeting? What are we doing? We already know what to do. It's like, all right, guys, so what are we going to do? And I'm like, I don't know, John. We just had this discussion yesterday. Why don't we get to it? Waste of time.
Game is falling behind, everyone will notice, and they can jump in and help the team member.
That type of job is literal hell? Yes.
Smaller teams used to be normal in the industry, and it made the journey fun and rewarding. It's exciting to see Sandval prove to the games industry that you can succeed with the right team and technology.
Please don't say that, Shamer. You're triggering
in their case,
me.
They used Unreal Engine 5, and according to Tom Gillerman, their technical director, they only had 4 engineers.
Only had 4 engineers?
You don't know, I worked with Epic on Gears of War, and later I worked for their studio. I admit I'm biased. Many of my friends are still there. But don't worry, I'm not going to do a sales pitch for Unreal Engine. That said, I'm impressed with the work they're doing, particularly with metahumans. Being able to reproduce facial performances as a high-fidelity animation without fancy hardware is very cool, and it was one of the key features that Sam.
Yeah, we know about metahuman, okay?
It's fun to see the Unreal Engine living up to their vision, making it possible for smaller teams to succeed. And I can't overstate the incredible success of this game. It's beating far larger teams, and that's despite the fact it was free on Game Pass and it was released so close to Oblivion's remaster.
True.
Which is something that I don't understand. Did Xbox not understand that Oblivion was going to do so well? Did they not see that Clair Obscur was a masterpiece? Why would you release these games so close together?
It's possible that they... No. They knew. They knew. But that was kind of stupid. But here's the thing, though. I'm going to let you in on something. GTA 6 is going to come out, and a lot of people, especially when they found out the release date, that I know is going to probably fucking move again. They had the release date for May something 2026 for GTA 6. Now, a lot of other developers want to move their game away from GTA 6. I always thought about something. What if there was a game out there that had the testicular fortitude to make a giant RPG with so many Dragon Age like implementation, along with so many like different things that you enjoy in an RPG, especially a well-written RPG like Pillars? What if there was a game like that showed the femininity on attractive characters and you know the masculinity and on certain male characters, and they brought that game out almost around GTA 6. So when that game comes out, and it will come out, I thought about it because I was like, it depends on the price of GTA 6, because remember, it's not coming out on PC. GTA 6 is not coming out on PC. So if that kind of cool-ass game had the testicular fortitude to come out around GTA 6, so now the PC people are like, well, at least we got this game. And here's the thing, though. Not everybody likes GTA 6. And also, what if this game was $50 to $60? Meanwhile, GTA 6 is $80 or even $100. Because say what you will, GTA 6 is going to sell, but a lot of people are going to look at that price and be like, I mean, maybe, but let me buy this one game, this one RPG. It's like 50 or 60 bucks. I'll get that. I'll get GTA 6 later. That's what will happen, because even though this game, GTA 6, looks great, people really want a roof over their head, you know? You know what I mean? People are going to be like, oh crap, I can't wait to play this game. Well, you need a house to play a game. Okay. So if you're making you're making us buy an $80 or $100 game, people are going to be like, I mean, that second game that comes out around GTA 6 might actually pull off, like, have you ever seen that sort of like video where this no, I'm not going to bring up this video. I'm not going to bring up the video, but basically you're literally catching the money that that GTA 6 couldn't catch. All that money that they thought, oh shit, we're going to get so many people. And that game is literally right at the bottom of GTA 6, picking up all that extra fucking money. Like, yeah. Just a second game right there, just in case gamers don't want to buy an $80 or $100 game. That would be fucking dope. And like I said, it really matters, like, timing of your game and all that sort of thing. I can talk about this forever. Let's just continue. This is a great video. Let's keep on going. It's almost over.
Did you tell Sandfall and they just ignored the advice? You see, when I worked in Xbox, we were careful to space out games. If Halo was locked into a ship date, we'd work with our partners to make sure they knew and could move their release. We didn't want one game to cannibalize the other. And back in those days, it was all retail. And that made it difficult because everyone wanted to ship right before Christmas. We'll probably never know what happened.
That's a lot of money.
But the fact that it did and Claire Obscure still sold so well just points to how impressive this game is.
Yes. Yeah, if the game is impressive, it'll sell
Sandfall
regardless.
Has proven that Sven from Larian was right. The secret sauce is to start with passion, to make a game that you want to play. They have proven that you can take a small team and make something brilliant and beautiful. That you don't need thousands of developers and endless marketing dollars. With love and passion, you can make a great game, even with a small team. Sandfall has proven the formula. And just like with their beautiful game, they have given hope to a games industry that has lost its way. So thank you, Sandfall, because I think you've just kicked off the golden age of gaming.
True. I don't speak French, okay? I don't speak French. I apologize. But I'm gonna break that fucking track. I'm gonna... It's a great song. I'm sorry. Play the game, please. If you ever get the chance, it's $50. Play the game. You're gonna... The music, the gameplay, it's awesome. Definitely a great game. I'll share this with everybody. Great. She's awesome. She's great. Now I want to play Claire Obscure. I think I want to... I think I'm going to make the next two videos a little bit quicker because I want to play. I want to play more. To be fair, I kind of already spoken on this. Technically, I've already spoken about this. Didn't I actually speak on this? I actually did. Yeah, I actually did. That's fine. We don't have to speak on the prices. Listen, I've already spoken about the prices like so many different times on how Xbox is upping their prices and shit. We don't need to talk about that one. I literally talked about it in the last two videos. That's fine. Let's move on to the one that I really want to talk about. I really want to talk about this one. This one, you're talking to me now. They're literally coming up to me and saying like, fuck you, Mr. Hardcore Mode. Okay. Okay. How you doing, chat? Everybody good? Did you see EA's not increasing prices? Okay, I'll talk about it tomorrow. Yeah, I'll talk about it tomorrow. What? Holy shit. Oh, I know why. Oh, I know why. They get most of their money off of FIFA, so they got microtransactions for that shit. If they raise the price of the video games, then they won't be doing any microtransactions. There it is. I just thought about it. I was like, why aren't they raising the price? Oh. Because they survive off of microtransactions. But I was like, wait a minute. I was literally about to say EA might be good. EA might have a W. And then I thought about it. It's like, nah. They are increasing because they know no one's going to buy their shit. Exactly. They want that FIFA money. That's what they want. Because people that play those games are fucking gullible whales. Goodwill, and they could increase price later? Maybe. Who knows? We'll be there for that one. Alright, everybody. This is Mr. Hardcore Mode, where nothing's easy. Here with another hard rant for you on Kotaku. Talking about, could we be about to enter a skippable boss fight utopia? Utopia is a strong word, okay? So, alright, kick back, warriors and wenches, take off your stupid Crocs, and let's go ahead and do this video. This video is very, very, very important to me because boss fights is my butter and jam. When I play games like PoE 2, when I play games like Expedition 33, or when I play games like any games with a high amount of boss fights like Elden Ring, that is the moment where I shine. That's the moment where I'm just like lock in, make sure I have the proper build, make sure I don't have any fuck ups. And sometimes if I want to have a little bit of finesse, I want to beat the boss in a certain way. Maybe I don't want to dodge. Maybe I don't want to parry anymore. Maybe I want to have a certain build where I want to kill the boss in a certain way. Gamers like me, and there's a lot of people like me, think about these sort of things. It's very, very important to have this sort of dynamic because we're gamers. We like to escape. We like to fight bosses. Everybody likes to fight a cool boss. I mean, we got what amazing bosses do you remember back in the day? We have maybe Kefka or Sephiroth. We have you remember the giant hand in Smash Brothers? That's iconic right there. We have, oh god, well we have Radon Prime. We have Godric. You remember Gascoigne from Bloodborne, the fucking werewolf dude? That's iconic. Anybody remember Melania, Blade of Mikola? We probably heard that line like 50 times until we finally defeated her. These things really... Melania? Did I say Melania? Yes, I said Melania. Listen, I beat up the whole family, so it doesn't really matter, okay? I beat up the whole family. Mikola, I beat up that little femboy. Melania, I just beat her any way you would beat a woman. With my dick! No, I'm just kidding. She's hot, okay? Alright? Everybody beat Melania, and then they went straight to Rule 34, okay? Everybody... Alright, let's talk about this video. Alright? So, Kotaku is not really a journalist company. They don't really focus on video games too much. When they do, it's some sort of political ideology that they're pushing. They haven't brought out any Kotaku videos in the last 7 months, and any sort of, you know what, we're gonna check it out right now. I have to dive into Kotaku's fucking thing. I hope my algorithm doesn't say, you like Kotaku? No, I don't. Before I look into this, I want to see Kotaku's, I want to see how many views they get. Why are they talking about the fucking Pope? Let me see. I want to see how many people that they actually get that, you know, no, we can do the video that we were doing. I want to see something. How many people are commenting on this video? This should be at the bottom, right? More. Oh, okay. Hello? Where's the comment section? Bruh. Continue reading. There's no comment section? Do we just hate people now? Or was that... Okay. Alright, fuck those people. So you have no views. So, how many people are working there? You know what? Let's let it go. Okay? Let's let it go. In a gaming world increasingly built out of Souls-likes, we like Souls-likes, so if people like Souls-likes, makes more Souls-likes. That's whatever. Where the concept of boss battle becomes the central game mechanic. That's the game mechanic with most games, not just Souls-likes. Some of us have been left behind. Listen, let's talk about the left behind shit, okay? Let's talk about the left behind. You were never gonna beat this game in the first place, okay? There was no incentive to finish any of the games, okay? You're game journos. You're not there. You're there to play the game for 4 to 5 hours and say, well, that's it for me. You are the motherfuckers that get killed by those one enemies in Dark Souls that literally come from the corner and they stab you in the back. They jump on your back and they're like, tss. That's what you didn't reach the boss fight. You want to know how I know these game journalists don't fucking defeat bosses? You remember that time when game journalists were like, why are there no women in fucking Black Myth Wukong? What the fuck is up with this? And everybody that has ever played the game, was like, you mean the plethora of women on chapter 4? Is that the one that you mean? You didn't make it to chapter 4, did you? You didn't see them? The spider ladies? That's what I fucking mean. These motherfuckers... And the funny thing is, Black Myth Wukong is such an easy game. So I'm just like, nigga, you couldn't make it past chapter 2? Let's move on. I have always hated boss fights. Says you! Who the fuck are you? John Walker? Bitch-ass, losing-ass hoe? And while I have no interest in convincing anyone else to agree with me, no, because you would lose that fight. I have no interest in having this conversation, even though I'm a game journalist and I should be having these conversations. Nigga, what the fuck? You just don't want to be proven wrong, that's all. Come on, John Walker. Come on. I have a long lamented the lack of accommodation made for the many other people who are already with me. Stay right there, John. Stay right there. Stay right fucking there, John. Don't move, John. Don't you fucking move. Where are we? Okay. Global achievements. Stay right there, John. Don't you fucking move, John. Let's see. Is it not on here? can't tell. I'm looking for global achievements for this game. Compared to... I'm looking for percentiles here. Player comparison. It's not on here. I'm looking for this right here. I've only had 78% of Black Myth Wukong shit on here. And I'm trying to find not support, guides, DLC, community. View my achievements. Those are the achievements that I got. I got 78% of it done. Oh man, I'm looking for global achievements, but everything is at 0%, and I'm like, what the fuck? That doesn't make any sense. Ah, come on. What is this? I always hated boss fights, and I have always hated grapefruit. That doesn't mean I'd advocate for a lack of grapefruit from people's diets. True, Demi. True. I'm looking for it, but I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. I'm looking for global amount of people that played it. View all friends that play. Played for 48 hours. Who have Black Myth Wukong on their... No. No. It's not showing. I'm gonna give up on this. I really wanted to see the global amount of people. You know what? We'll do a game that we fucking are playing right now. Let's do... That. You know what? We'll do this one. Yeah, we'll do that. Here we go. Okay, so Black Myth Wukong's not working, but Claire Obscure? Here we go. We'll talk about the first one. My first Axon. Now, to not make any spoilers or anything, my first Axon, it's a hard enemy. That's all you need to know, okay? It's a very difficult enemy. That's 32.7%. That just means, that kind of number right there, 32.7% globally that have defeated their first Axon, that just means most people are probably just playing the game. Now, if it was like 2% or 1% or 0.5%, that would be extremely rare. 32.7% means people are just taking a break, they're doing side missions, and they're taking their sweet ass time. That's what that means. So, Kotaku's not part of the 32.7%. They don't even know what the fucking Axon is. Okay? They don't know what the fuck that means. They don't know what that is. So that's a normal number. Is there a better one than that? Boom. Professional. Defeat a boss without taking any damage. 40.8% of players have this achievement. You know what that means? It's very, very achievable. It's only 40%, but that number will grow over time. You know who's not going to be on that 40%? Kotaku. Game journalists. They don't know what the fuck no damage is. The only no damage they know about is the fucking boss not having any damage. That's the only thing that they understand. They're too busy playing probably gacha games and Sims probably. So that's what I wanted to point out. Everybody's done it. It's already been done. Got you, gamer. Take care. Okay. I have long lamented the lack of accommodation made for the many other people who are already with me. You're alone on that one. But sniff the air, something's changing. I recently loaded South of Midnight, that easy-ass fucking platformer game. Interested to check out such a gorgeous-looking game. Gorgeous? Alright. and was immediately delighted by the art and the extraordinary performances in the cutscenes. But then, as Zach warned us, I was immediately underwhelmed by the repetitive combat. Sir, you're not talking about the boss. You're talking about the game overall. You're not talking about the boss. We're not even near talking about the boss yet. You're talking about the game overall. This doesn't seem like this is not only a skill issue for you, but this is also a skill issue for the devs. They make boring video game. You don't like boring video game. And also you don't like boring video games where it has a boring boss. You're not even there yet. Okay? Everybody's fucking up in this conversation that you're making right now. The devs don't know how to make good combat, and you're fucking bored over their combat. So this isn't. The funny thing is, if you mentioned Elden Ring, then we could still have a conversation. But now you're not even talking about the difficulty anymore. You're just saying this game sucks. Why do I have to fight the boss? Oh yeah, here's a skip button. There we go. Done. That's what you're excited for. This game is so fucking boring that you are able to and want to skip this boss fight. I'm trying to find the game that you enjoy, or that you enjoy. Don't tell me you just enjoy the story of South of Midnight. Don't tell me that. I've watched this whole story of South of Midnight. It's straight up dog water. It's straight up hot dog water. Anyway, I saw a toggle I absolutely was not expecting. Boss skip option. And there it is right there. That's so fucking stupid. In 2017, I wrote one of the most controversial articles of my career. Oh, okay. So you just make controversial pieces that you just want to make for a quick buck or some views. So you don't... I'm just curious. Are you just doing controversial articles just so you can get views? You don't really believe in anything that you say? I'm just curious. Is it just, oh, I just want to say something loud and stupid and then hope it gets any traction? Is that where we're at right now? There's no, oh shit, here's 15 things that you missed in GTA 6, the trailer. There's just, you know what? What if Hideo Kojima, you know, just got rid of quiet? You know, because quiet is problematic. Everybody would be fucking pissed because everybody likes quiet in Phantom Pain. But you just want to make something controversial and you're just like, yo, let's just say something fucking stupid so we can get some views. Is that where we're at? We're in Alyssa Mercante level stupidity? A piece for which I received literal death threats alongside, well, I'm sorry that you're getting death threats, but it was stupid to say. You should not receive any death threats. It's stupid, but it's a fucking video game. People need to calm down. Alongside hundreds of more banal insults and wishes for my imminent demise, as someone battle-hardened by Gamergate, As someone battle-hardened by Gamergate, it takes quite a bit for the scale of a backlash to take me by surprise. Congratulations, you've survived the internet. Congratulations. And while I knew it would piss some people off, I didn't predict the volume. I wrote an article suggesting that boss fights should be skippable. Imagine my temerity. There are so many games I've never seen the end of, but for YouTube, I suppose, because I just wasn't physically capable of completing the later bosses. I've never finished a Metroid Prime game. Bro, you suck. For instance, despite it being one of my all-time favorite game series, there are other games I've been enjoying so much but just had to abandon because every so often there would be a difficulty spike of such enormous disproportion that eventually I'd lose all will to Call up Elon Musk and let him have an Asian right there, right beside you, and then just pretend that you beat the boss. No, I'm serious. Elon Musk don't know how to play no fucking games. That's why he hires somebody. Call up an Asian and be like, yo, wrap this up. Listen, I know Greg Miller what made a joke about that, saying somebody else is beating his games for him, but at least he had the money and the commitment to actually, you know, pursue and go forward with his bosses or with his game. Meanwhile, you guys are just, you know what? Let me stop right here. I mean, there's a difference here. Elon Musk, let me just hire somebody to just finish this, and then let me just move on and play some more of the game. And then you guys are just like, let me just fucking stop and then pretend that I beat the game. Which one? I don't know. One is better than the other. I'm just saying. I've seen Smash JT play Expedition 33. He parries like a fucking moron. Okay? And even he is beating the game. He's going through it. I'm watching him parry, and I'm just like, how did I miss? You were too early. What? How did I miss? You were too late. What? How did I miss? You parried before he even touched you. And yet he's still playing the game. He just goes up and says, I'm just gonna dodge. Smart move. Smart move. Yeah, just go ahead and dodge. And then add one of those Luminas that say you get an AP for when you dodge. So yeah, just dodge. It's a bigger window. You remember that one time that I took 30 minutes of your fucking time and I was like, how am I going to be able to parry this? The time window. I need to figure this out. I'll take a whole hour to figure this out. Man, I'm truly a gamer. Wow. These game journalists, if we could even call them game journalists, are just like, I'm done. I'm done. I'm frustrated. I only fought this boss twice, and I'm done. And I'm just like, these motherfuckers are so easily just turned off. Like they're switched to play a fucking game turns off so quickly. I've seen people be like, I ain't playing this game. I ain't playing this game. And I'm like, nigga, you haven't even done anything. He's like, do you hate the game? And he's like, I don't dislike the game. It's just this boss sucks. And I'm over here just like, nigga, you only fought the boss 3 times. Go back in there. Quit being a little bitch. Bitch. Let's continue. There are other games that I've been enjoying so much, but just had to abandon because every so often there would be a difficulty spike of such enormous proportion that eventually I'd lose all my will to try. Tutorial boss, I get it, I understand. And to be abundantly clear, this isn't just about my incompetence. Zero accountability. Zero accountability? Alright. There are obviously a billion of boss fights I've successfully completed, but almost none I've ever vaguely enjoyed. For me and the millions of others. Who are these millions of others? Who are these people? What do you mean millions of others? Kotaku, I've seen your... Millions of others? Stay right there. Stay right fucking there. $622 people viewed this. 622,000 people saw this. Only 151 people liked this. 782 people are commenting. You are getting ratio. You are getting 444 people are reposting. Some of them are saying true. Most of them are saying stupid ass bitch. Millions of people. Shut the fuck up. Most of these people looked at it and said, Never in my gamer career have I seen something so stupid. I will not react to this farce. I will move on and beat Elden Ring a 50th time and not listen to this chicanery. I mean, do you see 622,000 people reacting? No, I don't. Anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. Millions of people, by the way. Fucking liar. Okay. There, where are we? For me and millions of others, they are mostly tedious obstacles that get in the way of enjoying the rest of the game. You do realize that when you beat a boss that has gotten you over the edge, it's almost the same as having sex. Almost. Okay, women are fucking great, all right? Depending on their shape, okay? But when you get there, it's just like, yeah. You know how that one guy in fucking Breaking Bad who's like breaking the rocks and he's like sniffing that fucking like meth and shit and he's like, yeah, look at that, tight. That's us. That's like he's getting hot. That's us. We're getting that high. We finally beat that boss and we're like, look at that, no damage with not even the best gear, you know, speed running. All these kinds of people that play the game. That's what it feels like. And you are 5 seconds away from being one of those chill sort of, I just want to play a chill game sort of gamer. You know, those people that play Life is Strange. Those people that like to play those, oh, let's make potions and have coffee and then talk to cute muscular girls and, ooh, it's just a very, ooh, this is, you own a coffee shop and you get to give coffee to dragons and muscular Amazonian women. You are that close, nigga. You should play those games. You should play those games, man. Stick to those games, those little cute little indie games where they're just like, you know, the feminine men and the muscular girls who are like in charge and shit. Play those games. They're out there. They're everywhere. Why don't you go play Monster Prom? That fucking stupid game. Where the fucking millennial jokes just go make me throw up. All you have to do is just, you know, point and click and sooner or later you're gonna win. That's all you have to do. Just play those games. So it struck me, why not just let me skip past them? Who loses out? You lose out, but okay, all right. Well, it turns out the answer to that question is in 2017 was very angry people. For reasons never quite comprehensively elucidated, my being able to carry on playing a game I like without finishing a specific fight causes them great personal injury. To skip over a boss is, I was told, both a moral and physical affront, and the addition of such an option would very likely destroy video games, if not all of society. It would. You are taking away the fun. For example, Death Stranding 2 has a boss skipping game. Death Stranding 2. The game that is close to coming out. It's either this year or the next year. No, I think it's this year. Death Stranding 2 has a boss skipping button. Listen, I love Hideo Kojima, but he can be stupid too. Okay? He can be stupid. I know he likes movies almost more than he likes video games, but he's fucking up right here for taking out. He has a team of developers that make boss battles that carry over into the story. Has anybody played Metal Gear Solid and all the boss fights bring in more story. You care about the story, right? You just want to skip the boss and move on to the story, right? Well, guess what? In Hideo Kojima, the story carries over into the boss fight. So when they take away the boss fight, well, it's an option. Well, you take away the developers who worked on that boss fight. So basically, you just said, I know you guys just worked on this boss fight in Death Stranding 2, but I'm giving people the option to skip all that artistic design that you worked on, all that gameplay, all the dialogue that's within that boss fight. I'm giving people the option to just say, fuck you. Yeah, I know you worked on it. Yeah, I know you worked on it. But do people really... Let's give people the option to not see what we worked on. That'd be great, you know? How about the option to skip tutorials? That'd be great. How about that? How about the option to just skip the, just skip the ending? You know what I mean? How about the option to just never run or walk in Death Stranding? How about we just skip that? How about that part where you walk everywhere in Death Stranding, or in Death Stranding 2? We just skip to the good part and we just deliver the packages. Everything is just taken away. $80 game, by the way, probably. I don't know the price of Death Stranding 2, but you'll give people the option, and then sooner or later you'll just straight up take it away anyway. It will happen if you choose to do that. This sort of thing will dilute your game. Why would you make a game be a certain amount and then you just tell people to just take it away? Oh, so $70 game. Also, you don't like bosses? Well, I still want your $70, but you have an option to take away the bosses. That cool moment with the boss and stuff. What if you skip the boss and something happens that was story related in the boss fight, and you see multiple characters that showed up out of nowhere? Like, just showed up out of nowhere. And you're just like, wait a minute. What the fuck is happening? Why is he here? Why is she here? Wait. The boss is actually this person? Wait. What happened in that boss fight? Doesn't matter, nigga. You skipped the boss fight. It doesn't matter. We skipped the boss fight. We took out phase 1 and phase 2 and phase 3 of the boss fight because you don't fucking care. You wanted to see the thing that happened in the middle of the fight? Don't matter. We skipped that shit. You want to know why this person was in here or all that? Oh, I missed something that I could have seen. Sorry, nigga. It's gone. Oh man, I could have seen this moment. Well, it's gone now. Well, what happened in between that moment? Don't matter. That'll be $70, please. You see what I mean? Why would you make a walking simulator when you want people to skip now? That's my thing. Why would you make a walking simulator? So why don't we just teleport from point A to point B? If your game is so fucking boring, why don't you just add the skip the walking shit? Let's just keep on chipping the game down. This is the kind of shit that I can't fucking stand. It's because you are acting just like certain car developers do, certain automobile developers do, where they are ready to sell you a piece of your car, a bit by bit. It's like, oh, you want this? It's gonna be extra. It's literally the fourth wheel. Yeah, but it's gonna be extra. You want this radio inside your car? It's not with the car? That day is soon coming. That day is coming. Depending on. I'm ready to skip the I'm ready to skip the credit. One time I skipped the credits and I missed out on a secret event where it was just like, oh shit, this person's still alive. He's going to be in the second game. But usually lately when you skip a credit, it'll go straight to that. But that one time that I skipped the credits, I did miss it. But that's the kind of thing that I can't stand. And this individual, he's lost the plot. He doesn't. Oh, I want to read this. Oh, I want to read this. Hold on. He says, and it harms no one. It harms our wallet. It harms our fun. What are you talking about? You think these games are just going to come out and punch you in the face? What are you talking about? Not even that guy, you know? Dave, the one who still unironically says get good. It just lets more people play more games the way they want to. It's a video game, dumbass. Every single gamer knows to get good. Or sit back, relax, get some coffee, get a cigarette, go to bed, come back, you beat the boss the next day in one try. That happens sometimes. Why don't you just take a break and come back later? Just get good. This sort of moment is really important because skipping bosses is almost the same as, you know what? Why work hard? Why work hard? Why the journey? Fuck the journey. Get me to the end. That's what this is saying. So you're wrong. It does harm everybody. It does harm every gamer to say something this stupid. I'm so glad you don't have any. I kind of wish you had a comment section on this site so people can tell you how stupid you are. But I'm telling you right now, Kotaku is dying this year. I'm calling it. Kotaku is next on the chopping block next to Polygon. It's coming. And I can't wait. That's why they fired Alyssa Mercante, because she was speed running this fucking site. Get this fucking loser out of here. I'm done hearing this nonsense. Let's see what people are saying. The only speed run these journalists can do is the getting fired speed run. Sir, you got yourself a like. Holy shit, you people are pathetic. Yo, my boy Dan Vask. Finally, game journalists will be able to finish a video game before they rate it based on a whether or not it is it's progressive. Finally. Kotaku's reviewers are apparently so bad at gaming that would welcome the option to skip playing the game entirely. Bring me on board. I'll fix your team and get you guys that will beat games on hardest and ask for more before writing the unbiased review. True. Why even play games at this point? I want to see a journalist fight Melania or Prime Radon. Do you have 30 seconds? For both fights. Combined. If you ever wondered if a Kotaku journalist actually played the games they review, well, now you have your answer. Has there ever been a more Kotaku headline? True. Perfect example, Cuphead. Cuphead has a unique artistic style. A unique artistic style. And their boss fights are so fucking cool looking. That's the point of their whole game, is to see those cool boss fights and win. This you? You can't even jump up there? This you? The fact that you think that that would be a utopia shows you aren't and never have been gamers. True. The most non-gamer thing to say for a gaming website. Oh shit, Luigi's stepping in. Luigi's coming in. Do you want to be the next Polygon so badly? I remember when I beat the 3 tree sentinels. It was such an exciting moment. I spent roughly an hour and 30 minutes on him. I don't care what anyone says. I love the spirit ashes. True, I was okay with it, but good lord, I got my ass whooped. You know that giant flower? Forget Mesmer. That giant flower in the fucking DLC? Fuck that flower. Piece of shit. Who the hell wants that, other than low-skill gaming journalists? Man, I don't even like super hard games, but I can't even imagine the absolute crybaby I would be if I was coddled this much growing up while playing games. Games are the one of the first instances for many young minds where they are confronted by an unyielding challenge and learn young minds where they are confronted by an unyielding challenge and learn the value of perseverance and self-improvement. What did I say? What did I say? Perseverance. This is a thing that will be ingrained into people's mind, kids and adults. Are these not things worth preserving? Is the ability to just ignore anything that's too hard and be rewarded with progression anyway? Is that really a standard that should be embraced? Fucking exactly. Yo, I think this is the guy who didn't know you could use level up points in Mass Effect 1, the one playing this Cuphead section. Oh man, I thought Kotaku went out of business. No, they're still here. That's it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with them. Thank you guys so much. We're gonna play some Clair Obscure because I'm hungry for Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I'm going to end this stream, and then after that, I'm going to boot up Expedition 33 on the second stream. Join me if you want. I appreciate all the love and support. If you guys if I don't see you again, and yes, fuck Kotaku. Fuck 'em. I've never beat Elden Ring, but damn it, I'm trying it again. I will become Elden Lord. These people are pathetic. Just tell us how much your girl like her bull. Oh God, bro, I want to play. I want to play. I want to play. I want to play a game that Kotaku doesn't like, and that's literally every game that exists. Kotaku equals no talk you. Well, they don't want to talk. They literally just said, I don't want to have this conversation. And I'm like, nigga, you're a fucking you're a game journalist. That's your bread and butter. You need to have conversation. I don't want to have this conversation again. And I'm like, you little bitch. You little bitch. I know women in my fucking job with more thick skin than Kotaku. Fuck them. Alright. My jaw hurts, okay? I've been talking too much. I'm gonna end the stream. I appreciate anybody that has come by. I am going to end the stream and then start up another one, and we're gonna play Clair Obscure Expedition 33. We're gonna fight bosses. And then I'm going to turn off the game because the bosses scare me. It'll probably be a 30-minute stream. Maybe 15-minute stream. Who knows? Anyway, I appreciate y'all. I'll see you later or in a bit. Bye.